see them, he cried. I see them. Dozens of tall, eyeless creatures with heads, all hair, knotted hair. It twists and weaves, and
you see it?
underneath the hair, little
right there,
pink pulp mouths,
getting big and bright.
Convolution slits of the human brain, and that
it's so weird.
He made an
I can't see it in person, but I can see it in the phone, and only sometimes I can see it with my eyes.
He looked as though he'd awakened from a fever sleep. We each had a drink. We didn't trouble about glasses. We drank from the
And it's weird, when I look at it with my eyes, sometimes I can only see it out of one eye.
Hallucination.
It's gonna disappear again.
Want to look again? I counted. He gave me a wry smile. It can't be delusion, I went on. I didn't see any goat, but we both saw the mist swirl, saw the same plane, the same geometric forms of living light. True, but the last
it's not a star.
To each of us. I don't understand. I think I do, I said. If Warden is right, that's
so weird. Even if I
its angles open to the
move the phone left to right, it goes out of sight. Oh, that might be because of the tree. But when I look directly at it, sometimes it's like left eye, right eye, and I can see it with both. That's the street light. It just disappeared again. That's the street light. That's try to block it out. I can see it with my eyes right now, with only my left eye.
Mirrored in 1,000 forms in scores of religions. And wait until you see what I'm getting at. Ever hear of
wow, I cannot. Why is it so bright on the phone?
Ghosts, aren't they? No, forces. Entities not human, but linked with humanity. They are the demons and the familiars and the incubi and the genie of all religions. The beings that exist invisibly around us and seek traffic with men. Organisms outside three-dimensional life, if you want it in more scientific terminology. They inhabit another time field, another space continuum that is nevertheless synchronized and
it was more to the left earlier.
They can be viewed or reached as ultra-dimensional inhabitants only through angles.
And I went, when I was smoking out the window, I saw it.
Enabled us to see through to them.
And then I can see it with my eyes, and it's kind of fading out, and you can't see it on the phone.
All right,
oh, and there's a little
why
bit.
did we see different creatures? He persisted. Because, my dear fellow, we have different brains. At first, we both saw geometrical figures. That is the purest form of life they exist in. But our minds interpreted these figures into familiar shapes. I saw one type of monstrosity because of my background in mythological study. You received another impression. And I gather from your little comments, you look smug enough now, friend, but you were bleating pretty loudly a while ago, and I know you were genuinely impressed. That you drew your images from past dreams and nightmares. I should imagine that a Hungarian peasant peering through the lens would see vampires and werewolves. It's psychological. In some way, that jewel establishes a focal point in more than a visual way. It must also enable those creatures to become aware of us, and they will that we see them according to our mental concepts of such entities. In fact, that's how superstition probably originated. These beings at times communicated with men. Niles made a gesture of impatience. Dropping the psychological and the nut house angle for a minute, he said, I certainly must hand it to your friend Wood. Whether his story about the jewel is hokum or not, and whether your rather naive explanation is accepted.
I mean, am I fucking tripping?
I still can see that we've stumbled on something quite marvelous. I mean it. The pictures we can take with that camera will be unique in the field. And I've never read of any experiment.
I mean, it's not moving now.
Even approached this.
Just kind of fading in and out. I'm wondering if it's just a star. But it was getting really bright. Like, now it's gone.
But of what? I'll be darned if I can foretell. Your so-called mental concepts were different from mine. I shook my head as something that Vorden had said came but you believe what you saw in the lens. I saw you shudder. You must admit the horror of those creatures. Whether you choose to think they originated in
It's getting really bright.
or in my theory of the
Can't see it on the phone.
you must recognize the fact that they are a menace to any man's sanity. If you see too much of that sort of thing, you go mad. I'm not being melodramatic. I wouldn't advise looking too closely into that lens now, or spending too much time before it. Don't be silly, Niles said. Elemental.
With that said, it's gone. I'm gonna take the advice of the book I'm listening to. Because maybe it's fucking with me. Maybe I'm just crazy. But that wasn't just like, that wasn't just a cloud that it was hiding behind. Like, that was fading in and out. For sure. And I know that it was... Hold on, I'll flip my camera around really quick. Yeah, but it was fading in and out. It didn't look like a cloud was going in front of it. And I know that there were some trees and I went a little bit left to right, but I tried to keep it fairly still, but I don't think that was it either. And it was really weird. It was like flickering to like in this weird way where I could only like if I closed my right eye, I couldn't see it. If I closed my left, I could. And I saw it earlier by like a bigger star that I was looking at, because I smoke out my window and I just like look out the window or whatever. And yeah, and it was like red, and it was kind of going, yeah, it was moving. It was 100% moving. I remember now. That's why I'm so convinced, because I remember being like, what the fuck, that was moving, and it was like a red like light that was like almost sparking and like flipping in on itself a little bit, almost like a molecule. But then I was like, whoa, that was crazy. And then it like disappeared like it did. It was acting just like that, but it was moving. And it was like red. Yeah. I'm like kind of convinced they disguise themselves as stars. What? I don't know, man. Yeah, Dover, New Hampshire, 2024. Or 2025. March 2025. There's been a lot of weird shit going on in the world. I'm fascinated by it. I mean, look how many fucking aliens I have around my room. Yep. Didn't realize I was zoomed in that whole time either. All the bears and shit. Yeah, well, those are my aliens. Hellraiser. Skulls and shit. Yeah, man. That was pretty cool. Maybe I'll check again and update you guys, but for now, I'm gonna kick it back. Yeah, peace.